So today we are going to the Hawaii 50th State Fair. I think it's the first time I'm going to that basically since I was a kid. So it should be a very fun and exciting and poggers time. Let's get going on today's adventure, I guess. Going to the fair.
I'm trying to be happy. I'm trying to find a way in this unrelenting world where I promised that I would stay. I'll figure it out, then you'll see.
Wow, we made it. Hi, narrator Chase here, and I just wanted to talk over the video because I didn't even talk in the video, so I don't know, the fair had this fun pass thing where it was basically like one of those arcade cards that you get, and you put points or credits or whatever on it. Anyway, walking into the fair here, it was pretty much just a fair, as you would expect. We have the classic carousel that you see at literally like every amusement park ever, and luckily the weather was pretty nice. I feel like the weather in Hawaii recently has been very just random. Some days it's pouring rain and then some days it's just very sunny. But it's cute to go to the fair and see all the little families, all the kids riding the kiddie rides that I'm way too old now to be riding. There were some like janky Ninja Turtles walking around. I felt like I was in California where there's all those makeshift mascots walking around. Anyway, we have some classic carnival games just like the video game on the Wii. I feel like games at the fair are always so funny because I am always absolutely awful at them, like this one where you're trying to throw the balls in the milk cans. And that tracks because I am one of the most uncoordinated people I've ever met in my life. They had this dragon ride that I remember riding a lot when I was a kid. I always liked rides that spin a lot, but I don't think I could do it anymore. I get dizzy way too easily. And then look how creepily this dragon is just staring me down. They had all of the classic fair stuff, like, you know, the rocking boat and the Ferris wheel, obviously. And then they had like the grown-up big boy rides like the zipper and this giant slingshot thing. It reminded me of like Steve-O being launched in the porta potty. And I really wanted to ride these rides because I'm like an adrenaline junkie. But I was very sad to find out that they don't accept single riders on these rides, and I was just like so bummed about it. One day I'll finally be able to ride the zipper. And then as the sun went down and it was getting dark, that's when I feel like carnivals and fairs always look the most pretty because of all the lights and stuff. Of course, I had to take the opportunity to get a very kawaii picture of myself. Oh, and then this is where things might get a little bit controversial, so I do apologize beforehand. The fair did have like a small petting zoo. And listen, I want to make this like a civil discussion about all this stuff. I feel like as I've gotten older, I feel a lot more empathy towards like animal rights stuff. So when I imagine being like a pig here in this little area, it does make me sad to imagine that you just kind of sit there and people throw food at you all day. And listen, even though I am absolutely no animal expert, I will say that it did seem like the animals were pretty well taken care of. There were often staff members walking around and cleaning stuff up and whatnot. Yeah, there were all kinds of animals. We have some ducks here. This one actually reminds me of like Untitled Goose Game or something. They also had some larger animals. I don't actually know animals too well. I think these are donkeys, right? I don't know. They had some llamas or alpacas. I don't know which one, once again. There was a giant turtle. I like turtles. I don't know what these are. They look like bulls, but I don't know. They could be anything for all I know. And then there was like a big area of goats, you know, just a whole bunch of goats. And then there's this one like standing on top of this tire. So once again, in situations like these, you know, I do feel a lot more empathy for these animals. And I did do a little bit of research into the farm who actually rescue these animals. And from what I can tell, this farm seems to be like pretty humane, and they seem pretty sort of passionate and respectful towards these animals. So yeah, I just hope that these animals are well taken care of and all that stuff. Anyway, more importantly, as soon as I walked out of the little petting zoo, I saw this sign. And for a good 30 seconds, I was convinced that this place had chicken-loaded tender fries. And I was thinking to myself, I wonder what the heck that means. But then I realized, no, it's actually chicken tenders loaded fries. And I felt like the biggest idiot in the world. And then I got Dippin' Dots, which is always fun. I feel like I haven't had Dippin' Dots in forever. ever, and it reminds me of my childhood. And then once again, I feel like fairs always look really nice at night, you know, with all of the lights and stuff. It looks really pretty. There's this classic carnival game where you try to knock down all three of these things, and then, like, yeah, I feel like I could never do that. And then this little fishing game, which I always loved as a kid because I feel like you're just guaranteed to win something from this. And this was, I think, like $5 or $10, so I feel like you're just like paying $5 or $10 to win a prize, and that's fun for the kids. We're going home now. Look at all the cars.